Hello, my name is Angie. I'm from Colombia. Currently, I'm studying English at Adela University. Today, I would like to talk about some common problems for the people that is learning another language, in my case, English, and some strategies that you can use to deal with these problems. We will be looking at different areas like speaking, listening, reading, and writing. So let's move into the speaking area. In my case, I have been a struggle with my pronunciation because Spanish and English have a lot of similarities in vocabulary, and we have the same alphabet. In Spanish, we have 5 vowels, and each vowel has a particular sound. In total, there are 5 sounds for 5 vowels, but in English, the same 5 vowels have a different sounds, many sounds. So in the beginning you might come up with the sound in Spanish, so you need to be aware of this situation if you want to improve your pronunciation. The other common mistake for us is the stress of the words. Is the same is because in Spanish we tend to have the stress in the vowels, but in English usually the stress are in the consonants, so the pronunciation is not clear when we put the stress in the vowel. So it's other thing that you need to be aware. And finally, all the languages around the world have a diversity of sounds, and sometimes when you start to learn other language, your muscles are not training to produce the sounds of the language that you are learning. For example, in Spanish we don't have the combination of th, so for us it's so difficult this sound. For example, we say thank you and it's thank you, so it's so difficult for us because we tend to have a connection with the most similar sound in Spanish, and for us is the t without h, so it's difficult for us. Other example is, for example, the sound of the s alone, because in Spanish we don't have the sound of the s at the beginning of a word without a vowel, so we tend to say study with e, but it's study, or we say a snake and it's snake, or we say a story and it's story. So we need to be careful about these sounds. Other example is, for example, for us the v and the v is the same sound, but in English it's not the same to say visa and say visa. So it's difficult, but if you are aware, I think you can improve your pronunciation a lot. We are going to move into the next point, that is the grammar. And the grammar depends on what you propose in the future. If you want to study an advanced course like a master PhD, you will have to take an academic course, because in English the academic course teaches you how you should write in English, and the structures, the sentence, and the style of writing. So it's totally different to the general English. It's more specialized. And so in my case, My problem is that I combine too many ideas in one sentence, and sometimes the people tend to lose the meaning of the sentence. So I need to be aware and be clear when I write one sentence, because it's a common mistake for me. And other mistake is that I found very difficult to recognize the difference in the word forms, like nouns, adverbs, and adjective. I think I tend to mix these words, and I need to be careful with the use of these words. So I have some ideas for improve the speaking and grammar skills. One is the phonetic chart, because the symbols in my case is very helpful, because each symbol gives you the idea to the correct pronunciation. So you stop to think in the vowels and you start to think in the symbols, and these are very useful because you can recognize each sound and each combination of vowels, and you start to adapt these sounds in your mind. So it's very helpful, but I think it's a little complicated, so maybe the phonetic chart could be useful for intermediate level learners. And also you can even recognize the weaknesses of the people from your own country or that speak your language, like a native tongue, because these people have the same mistakes, because it's so common from Spanish people have a common mistakes, and for Chinese people have a common mistakes, because as I explained before, your muscles are not training, so you tend to say and to have the same mistakes. So if you recognize the weaknesses, they can teach you how you can improve your pronunciation and how you can overcome these mistakes. And okay, this is for your speaking. But I think if you are compromised, you will start to use all these tools since the beginning of your learning. For grammar, you need to have clear the different structures and sentence, and after practice a lot, because your brain develops the ability to associate the preposition and the words in the correct way. You can improve your grammar through essays and different kind of writings, and of course if you are compromised, you will have a very good results. So finally, I don't have a particular problem with listening and reading, but I usually read a lot of articles and books, so I think over time your brain develops the ability to read by context, and that is very helpful because you don't need to read word by word, but it's over time and you need practice a lot. And for the reading, for the listening, of course you can practice and stay with native people and listen their accent, could be very helpful for you. And also I usually listen music in English, and I watch movies in English without subtitles, and that's very helpful for me, and also with subtitles because I can recognize the sound of the word, and it's very useful. So I hope over time attain my goals and reach a high level of English. And also I hope that this advice will be helpful for your learning of this language that is so helpful in all the world, because it's the business language, and I think you have a lot of opportunities to advance professional and academic if you have a good level of English. So thank you so much.